Welcome, beautiful souls. So pleased to have you here. If you haven't yet done so, pause the video for a few seconds just to check in. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, make sure you watch the introductory video, because we always check in beginning each session so we can compare how we feel at the end. So these first three sessions are focusing on our root chakra, our first energy center. And as our feet are our connection with the earth, and there are a lot of energy points in our feet, that's what we'll be working on to start with. So I'm starting off sitting. Now I'm sitting on a block. You can sit on a cushion, totally up to you. So if you struggle with sitting, sit on a block or a cushion. Try and sit up nice and tall, lengthen up through the crown of your head. You can have your hands down beside you to help you here. And all you're going to do to start with is do some simple rolls, circling your ankles. Now, as I said, our feet are our contact with the earth, but we tend to kind of forget about our feet and ankles when it comes to kind of exercising and things. And the other thing is, as I said, there are a lot of acupressure points in our feet. So, and of course there's reflexology, where you can work on the whole body, just working on your feet. And if you think about the work our feet do for us, then, you know, it's a really good idea that we give them some love and attention. So as you're doing that, make sure you're breathing nice and deeply. You breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, if that suits you. And you'll also feel your leg muscles working as well. Then change direction. Make sure you go in full range of movement. You might hear some clinking and clucking, what we call the Rice Krispies. Getting rid of the Rice Krispies. So you will feel your legs working as well. One more nice deep breath in. And out. And you're just going to point and flex a few times. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex. So again, when we become a bit fearful, we can kind of lose connection with the ground, our home. You know, we get all in our head, all worried. And I must admit, this past year, I have felt more anxious and fearful than I ever have before in my life. And that's why something like grounding, literally walking barefoot on the earth, has such benefits for us. And as I say, we tend to kind of forget about our feet. So it's important to give them a little bit of love and attention. And keeping the feet flexed, just squeeze the toes and then try and spread them out. So imagine folding the toes over and see if you can spread them out as wide as you can. Breathe in, squeeze those toes, breathe out, spread them out. So if you can, even spending a few minutes each day, because we pick up the magnetic pulse from the earth, but because we spend most of our time with shoes, rubber soles on, we're not getting that magnetic pulse, we're not getting the energy and the connection from Mother Earth. So even if you just spend a few seconds or a few minutes getting your feet in the ground, on the ground, in contact with Mother Earth, it will do you the world of good. Release. And just give our feet a little bit of a massage. Now you don't have to be an expert at massage. Just do little circles. One of the things about doing massage yourself is that you can give as much or as little pressure as you like. And if you find an area that feels a little bit tender, then maybe spend a bit of time in that area. Or notice if you feel a sensation somewhere else in your body. Now there is an acupressure point that's quite important in traditional Chinese therapy. And if you focus on, you got the ball of the foot, and then you kind of like follow it, and then you drop into a slot around about there. Now that is kidney 1. Now that one is kind of like a reset point. So see if you can find that point. Say the ball of the foot, you'll slot down and just literally circle that point. And you might find it feels just slightly more tender, like almost like a bruise. And just, you can either just hold it and breathe, or you can do little circles. Take a few deep breaths. If ever you're in need of an energy boost or like a reset, you know, like when you used to like have to reset your phone, you know, you turn it on and off again, or you just you reset it. It's like a reset for the body. So just holding that point, taking a few nice deep breaths. And you can do this point throughout the day. You can hold it for longer if need be. And literally imagine as if you're being plugged in, like you plug your phone in. Imagine plugging your phone in. Imagine your every cell in your body being recharged, re-energized. So say it's literally like a reset point. So if you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed or tired or whatever, massage this point and visualize everything coming back to a state of like homeostasis, a state of equilibrium. You can spend a few minutes longer massaging your feet. It's a really good thing to do. Another nice stretch that you can try as well is coming into a cross-leg position and try and thread your fingers between your toes. Now you might not manage it because our feet end up getting squashed in shoes. So do the best you can and then see if you can do the other side. So if you can't quite manage it, just literally do the best that you can. If you can only do one at a time, then do that. And squeeze and flex your toes. Find your sit bones. Inhale, lengthen up through the crown of the head. Exhale, hinge forward a little bit. Squeezing and flexing the toes. As you inhale, ease off a little bit. As you exhale, hinge forward. Squeeze and flex the toes. Now some people's toes don't bend very far and that's okay. So only flex them, bend them as far as they will go. Just focusing on the breath. Always keep in mind there's no competition, right? There's no perfect pose. Every body is different. I'm not actually that flexible in terms of, you know, a lot of people go into yoga because they're flexible. I wasn't one of those. But that doesn't mean we can't get benefits from it. And I've kind of realised the older I've got that it's less important. It's about how you feel rather than the pretty shapes that you make. And after a few breaths, release, undo your fingers and feel that tingling in your toes. And you're going to switch legs. You're going to bring the other foot in front and then you're going to do the other foot first. So you can help bring your fingers between your toes as best as possible, doing the other foot first, and then do what you can on the other side. Squeeze and flex. You might want to sit on a couple of blocks and squeeze the toes as you exhale, hinge forward, squeezing those toes. Stretching out into the hips and spine as well. Don't worry if you don't come as far forward as I do, it's okay. Because we also want to stretch along the spine as well. Again, it's not about how far you go. And make sure you're breathing. Use the breath as a guide. If you're not breathing or your breathing is very shallow or very kind of like stuttery, then you need to ease off a little bit. And after your next exhale, come back up, release your fingers. Again, feel that nice tingly sensation. I'm going to finish off. Now you can sit in a chair for this if you need to, or again, sit on blocks. The most important thing is that your spine is straight. So we're not slouching. So the energy and the messages to and from your brain and the rest of your body can flow up and down your spine. And it's taken me years to be able to sit, to learn to sit. So these last couple of exercises are to work on our adrenal glands. Now most of us are running on adrenal overload, which is one of the reasons we're feeling so anxious, which is what's happened to me this year. So we're going to work on that. You're going to bring your thumb and index finger together, squeeze the other fingers together, and you're going to bring your fingertips onto your shoulders. As you breathe in, you're going to turn to your left. You're going to open the arms out. As you breathe out, you're going to turn to your right, and you're going to bring your fingertips to your shoulder. So you inhale left, exhale right. Breathing in and out, in and out. Breathing in and out through the nose. We're not here for too long, but keep up. Close your eyes. Keep your elbows in line with your shoulders. And if your neck starts to become kind of stiff and it starts to become challenging very quickly, then that is a sure sign that you really, really need these exercises. And as with anything in life, but especially with Kundalini Yoga, when you push past that point where you really want to give up, you get an upsurge of energy. Keep going, bring a gentle smile to your face, even if you may not really feel like smiling. For a second, take a breath, notice all and any sensations occurring within the body. Now one more exercise. Interlink your hands. Turn the hands palms out, bring the hands above your head. As you breathe in, you're going to pull the hands back, stick the chin forward as you breathe out, push the hands forward slightly and draw the head back. So you're moving your head forward and back. This is why it's really important to keep a nice tall spine. So as you breathe in, hands forward, hands back, sorry, head forward. As you breathe out, hands forward, head back. Remember, it's not a massive move. We go like this. Keep going, relax your shoulders. So your head is moving forward and back. Again, your arms might start to complain very quickly. And if they do, that's a sure sign that your adrenals have been overworked, and they will thank you for this. Keep going, nearly there, you can do it. Four, three, two, one, and relax the arms. Notice all and any sensations. You might notice warmth, heat around the top of your shoulders, around your neck and throat. I say often the harder it is, the more we struggle, the more we actually need the exercise. So well done, you've done it. Now there is like an optional extra for kind of like a task, more an intention than a task. And the thing is, a lot of the times when we feel anxious, we're worried about something that hasn't happened yet. As I said, I never used to be an anxious person, ever. Yet this past year, I have suffered anxiety more than I ever have in my life. And at times it's been really, really scary. And as I said, a lot of the time when we become anxious, it's because we're worrying about something that hasn't happened. And I've learned something that has really helped me. And that is the fact that we are a soul in a body. And so effectively, we can't ever be hurt, we can't ever be injured. No harm really can come to us because we are just energy. And energy can never be destroyed, it can merely be transformed. And I know when I am going through anxiety, when my adrenals are on overload, I feel like I want to crawl out of my own skin. I don't feel safe in my own body. And one way to overcome that is by doing something like grounding. Literally barefoot on the ground. I know it might be a bit cold at the minute, but I tell you what, that'll snap you out of your anxious feeling. But feeling that connection with the earth, with nature, being in your body. So feeling safe in your body. Now there's a couple of affirmations you can use that I have found helpful. I am here and I am safe. I am here and I am safe. Because as I said, when we worry, we're worrying about something that hasn't happened. And then we feel unsafe because we are fearful. We are fearful because we feel unsafe. So I am here, and right this minute, I am safe. Another one is I am safe in my body because this is the home of my soul. I am safe in my body because it's the home of my soul. And the last one is I love being in my strong, healthy body. I love being in my strong, healthy body because we are far, far more resilient than we can give ourselves credit for. Far more resilient. Yet when we get all in our head and we get worried, and I know I've been there myself, we tend to tell ourselves stories that we're powerless, we're helpless, we're hopeless, all those kind of things. So grounding, working on your feet is a way of bringing yourself into your body, into the present moment, and reminding yourself that in this moment in time, you are safe. Well, that's it for today from Felix and I. I hope you enjoyed the session. Namaste. Much love to you. Mwah.